If you've been following along with us in 1 John, you'll see that John is going to begin spending an extended amount of time speaking to God's love, how we are to understand God's love, how we are to express God's love. And so John is deeply concerned and committed to making sure that the readers of his letter would know how God's love is to function in their lives, how it is to affect their day-to-day lives, especially when it comes to their experience with each other. And so this morning I wanted to look at this understanding of God's love from another of his writings, that coming from his gospel. And so John tells us in 1 John that God loves first, right? That he loved us before we pursued him. And so in John 3:16, we find that for God so loved the world, right? He sent his only Son so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but would have everlasting life. Noticeably absent from this verse, from John 3:16, is other than us believing, right? There's really no action that we do. God is sending his love into the world. God is sending his Son out of his great love for the world. And so what if we loved others that way, right? What if we loved others the way that God loves us? Not waiting for them to meet our expectations or waiting for them to become useful to us, but we simply loved first, right? That we sent our love out to people, so to speak, first, not waiting for them to get to a place in life where we feel like, okay, they deserve for us to love them now. What if we love them first? What if we love the people within our churches that way, right? Not waiting for them to make up for, the perceived shortcomings that we have of them, right? Or perhaps that person has wronged us, and sometimes we're tempted to think, well, I'm not going to love that person until they tell me they're sorry or they make up for what they did. What if we loved first, right? What if we pursued each other in love first? Our world has a funny way of expressing love, right? It happens with conditions, right? I'll love you as long as you meet my expectations. I'll love you as long as this relationship is useful to me. But the moment that it's not, well, then all bets are off as far as love is concerned. But those of us who know God are to express his kind of love, especially to each other. And so let's ask ourselves, what if we loved first, right? What if we loved our fellow Christians especially first, not waiting for them to meet our expectations or remain useful to us or even to make up for the things that we feel like they've done wrong? What if we loved first, right? What a different kind of community that we would have, and a community that I think would be attractive to the world. The world is hungry for that kind of love. And it is possible, again, because that's how God loves us. John tells us that God loves first, and we ought to love in that same way. Have a blessed day.